Man, I got a lot of failures. I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of bad decisions. I knew that I had to blame myself and not try to figure out what everybody did, maybe who else I could pass the buck to. I had to look at what I did wrong.
Yikes. Nip said a word that time. One of the hardest things a man will ever do is sit alone with their own decisions. No distractions, no excuses, no villain to blame. Just the uncomfortable realization that some of the pain in your life came from you. And that's not weakness. That's maturity. The accountability Nipsey Hussle is taking in this clip is admirable and it's real. Because the truth is, most people don't grow because they never stop long enough to reflect. They stay busy. Busy talking, busy reacting, busy blaming. But reflection forces honesty. And honesty changes people. A lot of people spend years explaining why their life isn't where they want it to be. They blame bad timing, bad relationships, lack of support, fake friends, opportunities they never got. And yes, sometimes life really is unfair. But accountability asks a different question. As in, what part did I play? That question is dangerous. Because once you answer it honestly, you can no longer stay comfortable in excuses. Listen, accountability is not self-hate. It's self-awareness. It's the ability to say, yeah, I could have handled that differently. Go back and listen to that clip. Nipsey said there was no one else to pass the buck to. He had to examine what he did wrong. My grandfather used to say, sometimes you have to sit in your shit to realize it stink. I know I sound like a broken record, but newsflash, no one is coming to save you. You have to get real with you. You have to tell yourself the truth. And most people avoid that level of honesty because honesty requires change. People think growth only happens through movement. Work harder, move faster, stay busy. But sometimes growth happens in silence. Sometimes the real grind is sitting still long enough to study yourself. Because if you never reflect, you'll keep repeating the same patterns while calling it bad luck. Different people, same outcomes. Different environments, same mistakes. Different opportunities, same self-sabotage. That's why reflection is vital. Reflection exposes patterns, and patterns reveal the truth about who you are becoming. A lot of people stay constantly distracted because silence forces them to confront themselves. That's why some people always need noise, drama, attention, social media, validation, chaos. Because stillness reveals things they've been avoiding. Reflection forces questions like, why do I keep reacting emotionally? Why do I sabotage good opportunities? Why do I push away people trying to help me? Why do I keep choosing temporary comfort over long-term growth? Those are uncomfortable conversations. But uncomfortable conversations create powerful people. Uncomfortable conversations are literally not comfortable, but you'll live. Here's the difference between blame and accountability. Blame gives your power away. Accountability takes your power back. Because the moment you admit, I contributed to this situation, you also gain the ability to change it. That's power. A person who blames everybody else stays stuck waiting for the world to improve. But accountable people improve themselves first. And that mindset changes everything. Because once your decisions improve, your life eventually follows. Reflection is difficult because ego hates honesty. Ego wants to protect the image you have of yourself. But growth requires you to confront reality. Sometimes you weren't misunderstood. Sometimes you lacked discipline. Sometimes it wasn't hate. Sometimes your execution was weak. Sometimes people didn't abandon you. They got tired of your behavior. That's hard to hear. But mature people don't run from truth. They use truth as fuel. Because you cannot improve a version of yourself you refuse to acknowledge. Now here's the important part. Reflection alone means nothing if behavior never changes. A lot of people are self-aware, but still undisciplined. They know the problem. They just refuse to correct it. Real accountability sounds like this. I need to communicate better. I need more discipline. I need to stop reacting emotionally. I need to stop making permanent decisions from temporary feelings. That's growth. Not perfection, growth. Because mature people understand small corrections made consistently create massive life changes over time. At some point in life, every person reaches a crossroads. One path says, keep blaming. The other says, look in the mirror. One keeps you comfortable, the other transforms you. And the people who become dangerous in life usually choose reflection, not because it feels good, but because it tells the truth. See, accountability isn't punishment, it's freedom. Because once you stop wasting energy protecting your ego, you can finally start building your future. So before blaming life, before blaming people, before blaming circumstances, ask yourself, what part did I play? As Nipsey Hussle said, look at what you did wrong. That question might hurt your feelings, but it could also change your life. Reflection creates growth. Accountability creates power. Repeat after me. I am a centered man. I do not chase. I choose. If you made it this far, you're either a centered man or centered man lover. Either way, we're family now. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.